enjoying yourself?
I was just seeing if I could influence this phantom's perception by playing. But nope, no dice. I'm sure we're all starting to build up an idea of what's going on here now that we've spoken to some of the people. These phantoms are reenacting real historical events in Nodcry. It's almost like we're in some kind of interactive stage play. We can talk to the actors, but the plot is fixed and we can't influence it.
It makes sense. History is set in stone. The objective facts of the past cannot be changed.
Paimon totally thought you were just goofing around earlier. But actually, you were doing some serious investigating.
Of course I was. Anyway, at this point, I think we're forced to conclude that all... Don't be discouraged. If nothing else, this is proof of the ship's existence. And think about it. So many people tried to hack their way inside, but no one could get the door open. To me, that says that we'll either find the ship itself, or the...
Huh. Every now and then, when Varka gets serious, he actually does seem like Grandmaster material for once.
I wonder how the others are doing. Let's head back for now.
Sounds good. Also, drinks are on me if Team Knights of Favonius is the first to finish.
Wait, we have a team name now?
Am I in Team Knights of Favonius?
You're very welcome to join. We've even got a cathedral ready for you.
Isn't that technically blasphemy? You wouldn't dare make a joke like that if Barbados was in earshot.
Nah, I'm sure Barbados doesn't mind a little harmless blasphemy once in a while.
Oh, no! Get away! Oh.
I know it's hard to stomach, Mr. Duran. But
But we have to at least
and try you have.
I wasn't keeping count.
I'm afraid this is the 39th failure so far. Or the 5th if we're only counting this particular victim. There are no indications that these phantoms may be altered in any way.
You seem to have calmed down a little. I'll make us a fire. You should rest and have some water. Feeling any better now, Mr. Duran?
May I ask a few questions?
Be my guest.
What exactly are we witnessing here? What happened to those people?
My guess would be that we are seeing Nodcry during the Conrian Cataclysm.
Conria.
That is correct. As you know, once the Abyss senses even the tiniest crack, it floods in and spreads like wildfire. There was a time in the distant past when it permeated all of Nodcry, causing immeasurable harm. The people paid a terrible price to heal this land. Then, 500 years ago, the whole of Teyvat suffered an abyssal disaster. Once more, Nodcry was dealt a devastating blow.
I see.
In the face of the abyssal onslaught, all were like grains of sand tossed around by a tidal wave. Be they human, the moment you witnessed is but one drop in a whole ocean of catastrophe.
All right. I guess that answers my second question, too. I wanted to know why there's nothing I could do to help them, and that's because what we are seeing is history.
That would be my guess as well.
As I understand it, history and fate are not all that dissimilar. The latter may be unseen to us, but both are immutable.
Yes. Fate was determined long, long ago.
I still have a couple of other questions for you, Mr. Flintz. You mentioned more than one abyssal disaster that has struck this land in the past. How can you be sure that what we're seeing is from the Conrian incident? And also, How are you able to stay so calm when you're talking about these events? From everything I know about you, you're not cold or ruthless, and you're not indifferent to the suffering of others.
Alas, I am forced to show my age. I must be 600 or 700 years old by human measure.
Wait, so
One is not easily moved by history when one has witnessed the truth firsthand.
I'm sorry.
You needn't apologize. Your passion is a good thing to have. Treasure it, because someday you may find it in terribly short supply. Now, at the risk of offending you, I have a question in return. Your curiosity toward the abyss, is it born from hatred or because you sense its call? I only ask because I kept a fragment of Rerear's body in my lantern for a short time. Specifically, his heart. So I know what a burden it can be to carry the abyss with you. And I hear its power growling from somewhere within you. In my eyes, your mere existence is a miracle.
My honest answer is, I don't know. I don't think I have the confidence to say for certain. What I will say is the abyss is not the only issue that haunts me. Even before I became who I am today, the question dogged me constantly. Should I even exist at all? My doubts remain unresolved. But when we fought Rerear, something became a little clearer to me. Sometimes it is the darkness within us that allows us to achieve the impossible.
I certainly got the sense from your 39 attempts that you were trying to achieve the impossible. It sounds like you've resolved to see the truth for yourself.
Absolutely. In that sense, he and I are quite similar.
Then I wish you every success. I look forward... Well, if everyone's caught their breath, I suppose we should head back. Oh, and one last thing. I'd appreciate if you kept our discussion about history a secret.
Incredibly, our separate investigations led us all to the same conclusion. Hooray for consensus!
Yeah, but we barely learned anything, though. I totally thought this would be the mother lode. Talking with the ancients? I mean, come on! But nope. All we got was useless snippets of conversation. And all this stuff about moons and hyperopia. What a load of baloney. Seems like people back then had a few screws loose.
I understand your frustration. We found the same issue. Each phantom only showed a very brief moment in time. There isn't much value to be found in these miscellaneous fragments of a civilization's history, no matter how glorious it may have been.
If there's a silver lining, it's that these phantoms are harmless to the present reality. They shouldn't get in the way of the festivities.
Paimon agrees. And not just because it's the first thing she understood in this whole conversation.
You look disappointed, Nefer. Is something the matter?
What do you think? We all worked our tails off, but the only one to gain anything from it was you, Lady Moonjanter.
Well, please do share the Hyperborean records with me. I will gladly inscribe them in our people's documents.
Oh, duh!
I'm serious. Only an expert in the Frostmoon Scions and their history can turn these records into valuable research material. The alternative is to let them gather dust on the Curatorium's storage shelves until the pages turn yellow. Nefer, you're wise enough to know that cooperating and sharing the profits is the best course of action here.
Well, that goes without saying. Sure, let's do that.
Huh? But didn't you say we aren't supposed to give out intel for free?
Now is not a good time to push Nefer's...
Anyway, back to Moon Prayer Night. I'm thinking that we should prepare something a little special, aside from the usual decorations and so on.
You mean a parting gift?
Can't go wrong with food. Although, does food go bad on the moon?
Perhaps a lantern would be a better choice. It might be dark up there.
It could prove difficult to light a lantern on the moon. Magical stones might serve that purpose better.
What about a clockwork mecha model from Fontaine? I've got a whole bunch at home. I use them for fighting practice in my free time.
None of these sound like things she would be even remotely interested in. But we don't interact with her enough to know what she likes.
Yeah. It would really save us the guesswork if someone could find out what she's into.
Wait, what the? Traveler? They're all looking at you.
Great! Haha, problem solved. Now, I need to stop by Dory's. Gonna need her help sourcing a bunch of stuff for the festival.
Then let's leave it there for now. We all have our own business to attend to. Traveler, if you find out what Kutar likes, let us know right away.
Is something the matter? I'm fine. It's just... I'm still feeling a little rattled after witnessing the horrors of the Abyss. But it's okay. This is something I have to work through. I'll be all right. Thanks for your concern.
Well, don't put too much pressure on yourself. If you ever feel like something's wrong, physically or mentally, we're here to talk.
Come on. Stop treating me like a kid.
Every journey.
Stabilize! Solidify! Another test subject.
Ad Astra. Thank you for complete. Ad Astra.
Traveler from beyond this world, will you witness this tale unfold?
Alice?
You recognized me just like that? Maybe I need to work on my impression. Anywho, come to Star Sand Shoal. There's a little something I'd like your help with.
Well, it wouldn't be Clay's mom without a hefty dose of mystery, huh? Let's go see what this is about. Oh, it's Durin!
Traveler in Paimon? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you didn't scare us. Just gave us a little surprise. Looks like you've gotten even more powerful now.
I don't know. It just feels like it's gotten harder to control. I didn't mean to strike so hard. I'm so relieved you didn't get hurt.
It's all good. We've had worse.
No, don't worry about that. It's been very stable ever since I got this body. Albedo made sure of that. What you saw just now is something that only started happening recently. Maybe I'm still acclimating or something. I'm sure it'll clear up over time. Anyway, what brings you here? Did you need something?
Well,
The day that the writer and the watcher crossed paths was the day that the magic, known as storytelling, was born.
so, she asked us to come.
Miss Alice?
Oh, you too? I guess I really do need to work on my impression. Well, never mind that. It's been too long, Minnie Durin. And please, that's Aunt Alice to you. I have brought you and the Traveler together here for a very important purpose. It has to do with your mom.
My mom?
Indeed, fairy tale author extraordinaire, Anya Marie Andersdottir. See, I knew this would be right up your alley. Now then, if you'll open the book, I will begin narrating.
Whoa! What is this place? It reminds Paimon of Simulanka.
The two are indeed similar. Both worlds were built using the same magic, after all.
Aha! So it is Alice!
Hello, Aunt Alice?
Oh, no need to be shy. Just think of me as one of your mother's dearest friends.
You keep talking about stories and magic. What's this all about? Simulanka 2.0 or something?
Certainly not. Simulanka was a peerless masterpiece. Without the original author, it would be impossible to create a sequel, even for me. But you are right about one thing. Just like last time, I want to show you a work of magic that has to do with storytelling.
What's this?
This is your mother's dying wish.
My mother's dying wish was a book?
Let me answer that with a question. What do you suppose would be a writer's greatest regret? Have you ever read a book called The Little Witch and the Undying Fire? Oh, that's That's because it was the work of more than one person. It began as a little game at our tea parties. Each of us took turns writing the next part of the story. I wrote the first volume, then the other mages took their turns. Em was tasked with writing the final volume and tying everything up. But by the time everyone had finished writing their parts, Em had passed away. Oh, it was a terrible shame. A true tragedy. And that is the answer to my question. A writer's greatest regret is to leave a story unfinished. But all is not lost. I couldn't stand the doom and gloom of it all, so I went ahead and wrote an ending myself on her behalf.
Then what's this book?
This is the answer your mother gave to the same question. In her eyes, this was her greatest regret. She made me promise that I would bring it to you because she believed the only person who could resolve this regret is you.
So my mother's greatest regret is another unfinished story?
You could say that.
And I guess resolving the
That's one way to put it.
Oh, is a straight answer too much to ask?
Her answer was quite the opposite of what I'd expected. But oh, how touching it was. I'd love to tell you what she said, I really would. But that would spoil the plot, and we can't have that. Spoilers ruin everything.
Oh.
Just think of this task as giving a story a much-needed ending. All I ask is that you do your best.
I understand. But I only just started learning human script, and I don't have any writing experience at all.
Relax. Why else do you think your dear aunt went and found you two such wonderful helpers? With their experience, you'll have so many story ideas you won't know what to do with them.
Yeah. If it's to help Durin fulfill his mother's dying wish, then we're in.
Aunt Alice, could I ask, what kind of story was my mother hoping to write?
I had a feeling this might come up.
Don't worry. We'll help you come up with loads of ideas. Yeah, let's find a nice spot.
Oh, the actual process might not be quite the walk in the park you're imagining, Paimon.
Why's that?
Because when Em created this book, she borrowed my magic. In other words, it's not a book you can just... Its chapters are scattered through memories of the past. Gather them all, and the book will show you its secrets.
So, where are we supposed to find these memories?
Em left a trail of clues for each unfinished chapter. Follow the hints, and you'll find them. Oh, and when it comes to adding to the story yourselves, you'll need to use this.
And this is...
This, my dear little Paimon, is the ink Em left. It's extremely precious, so be sure to use it sparingly. This is all that's left.
So we need to search for the memories and keep an eye on how much ink we're using.
Oh, it just had to be a wild goose chase, didn't it?
Perhaps it's just another form of storytelling. Em was ever so creative when it came to things like that. Just think of it as a little challenge your mom left behind. Who knows? There could even be a mysterious prize at the end of it all.
I don't care about that. This was my mother's dying wish. Whatever it takes.
Yep. With the two of us by your side, you'll be just fine.
Okie dokie. That should be pretty much all you need to know. Oh, and once the story's complete, do let me have a little...
Yeah. Most of the time, you're pretty hard to pin down.
Don't worry, I'll know when you're finished. Just wait for me to reach out. All right, off you go. I can't wait to hear how the story ends.
Oh, here we are again. Right. Alice mentioned we should be on the lookout for clues. Huh?
a corner of repose for countless tales, watched over by the honor of knights. A place for stories to sleep, perchance to dream of ancient cities and the epics of ages past. There, a witch once spent a sleepless night, and all to bring forth a story yet untold. Find the place I speak of, for it is where the seeds of this story lie.
Was that a riddle? Where do you think this Hey, you might actually be onto something. Guess that means we need to head back to Mon's.
I had a feeling that's where we would be headed. After all, it's where my mother was from, and I bet it's where she wrote this story, too.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Still, I feel bad about dragging the two of you along on such a long journey.
Don't worry about it. We don't really have much going on right now, so we're all yours. Come on. Back in the Mondstadt Library, huh? Talk about a
So, we're supposed to find the seeds of the story, right? What do you think?
Well, we're in a library, so it's gotta be books, right? But seriously, there's so many here. How are we supposed to—
Making a racket in a library? You should know better than that.
Lisa! Oh, sorry about that.
Now, who do we have here? Ah, my golden-haired cutie. And my little horn cutie, too.
Sorry, Miss Lisa. I know you taught me to be quiet in the library, but Paimon was just trying to help. Please don't be too hard on her.
Well, it has been far too long since we saw each other, so I suppose I can let it slide just this once. Back when he first arrived here, poor Jean wasn't sure what to do with him, so I stepped in to lend a hand. I figured, if I can handle a boy raised by wolves, then teaching one who's part dragon should be a walk in the park.
Nice! Sounds like Durin was welcomed with open arms.
Why, of course. Now, let's save the reminiscing for another time. I'm sure you're here for a reason. Did you need to borrow some books?
It's kind of hard to explain. Maybe you could take a look at this.
Oh? Ah, I see. These so-called seeds of the story must be the books that inspired its creation. That's just how it is with stories. They grow out of the tales that came before them. And that made...
But we don't know anything about this story. How are we supposed to figure out which books inspired it?
As it happens, just before I found you here, I was looking into something rather peculiar. One of the knights reported seeing stranger still. Just as he went to reach out for them, the books vanished into thin air. And then, a while later, while he was browsing through other shelves, there they were again.
Seriously?
That particular knight knows this library inside and out. I'd be very surprised if he was seeing things. Something tells me these might just be the magical books you're after. According to the report, there are 3 of these books in total. I'll be relying on you to track them down, cuties.
Oh, wait! We better show it to it's one of M's after... Second strongest spell in exit... Wait! There's actually a... Huh! Kinda looks like a poetry. Let's see what Lisa makes it... An experiment log. Looks like part of the title's... There's something serious...
Well, did you manage to find them? This book definitely doesn't belong here.
Yeah, we could tell just from reading the title.
Albedo was the one who brought it in. He suggested I place it on the restricted list and keep it sealed away.
Why?
He said it's full of forbidden alchemical formulas, some of which could even result in the creation of dangerous monsters. Apparently, the danger it posed was so great, he didn't even feel like it was safe to carry around or keep it in his workshop.
Really? Definitely sounds like it shouldn't be here then.
Still, if that mage read this book too, it must have been written a lot earlier than I'd imagined. Well, did you manage to find them? Yes, this is a restricted book, all right. It certainly isn't supposed to be here.
Huh. But it looks like a regular poetry collection. How did it end up being classified as a restricted book?
The issue lies with one of the 500 years ago, during the cataclysm in Conria. An evil dragon descended upon Mondstadt. A fierce battle with Dvalin ensued, but in the end, the evil dragon fell, and Dragonspine became its resting place.
We're talking about Durin. The Durin of Dragonspine.
Well, the poem in question turns the whole battle into a dance, with the evil dragon recast as an innocent child who came here in search of friends. But given all the suffering experienced at the claws of that dragon, how could the people of Mondstadt accept such a retelling? Bards are often accused of inventing history or distorting the truth in their ballads. But this one hit a bit too close to home. And since the knights back then were unable to track down the author, they decided to ban the entire collection, blot out the title, and seal it away for good.
So the version in the poem, it was all a lie?
I'm afraid that question is something only the dragon himself could answer. Well, did you manage to find them? Truly extraordinary, and certainly not the kind of thing that should be just lying around. In fact, Miss Alice gave strict instructions about it.
So, it's some kind of book of spells? Paimon's guessing magic this powerful should be kept a secret.
It's true. This book does contain one of Miss Alice's spells. The only reason it's even meant to be in the restricted section is because we can't let Klee get her hands on it. After Klee was born, Miss Alice advised us to seal it away.
So, it's to keep it away from Klee, huh? To zap me.
No, that's not it. As Miss Alice herself... Well, would you look at that? See...
Forbidden texts? You know, the first time you mentioned that the library had a restricted section, Paimon thought you were just trying to scare us. Are you saying it actually exists?
Not really something you should be poking your little nose into, is it, cutie?
Sorry.
Seeing as it was Miss Alice who asked you to look for these books, I won't question the matter. But they'll need to be sealed away again once you're done, so don't forget to return them.
Don't worry, Miss Lisa. I won't forget.
Well then, that's all from me. After all that hard work, I think I've earned myself a nice cup of tea.
Alright, we've gathered all the reference books. What's next?
Wait, look!
Long, long ago, an evil dragon descended upon the human world, bringing terrible calamity in its wake. Bravely did the people resist, until at last, the dragon lay slain. Later, a witch with a love for stories came upon the tale of the evil dragon, and for reasons she could not explain, felt a pang of sorrow on its behalf. For she knew, despite its body being born of wicked alchemy, all along, the dragon's soul was that of an innocent child. Right up to the moment of its death, it had no choice in becoming a vessel of calamity, nor could it fathom the cruel fate that lay before it. Though the witch had a love of stories, she was not pleased with how this one ended. No, that won't do, she thought. I'll write you a better ending instead. And so she set off to do just that, borrowing a little magic from her friend. With it, she wove a dragon's egg, resolving to rear a dragon child of her own. Yet long in thought she lingered, wondering what kind of world her little dragon ought to behold upon waking. At last, she made her mind up, adorning the cradle with a wisp of woodland air. Then, she quietly waited for the egg to hatch.
Whoa! We're actually inside the story!
This must be Aunt Alice's magic.
Yeah.
A story about me?
Why don't we just see where the story takes us? All we know is the beginning at this point.
Okay.
And now a golden-haired traveler, a silvery sprite, and a
Whoa! That came out of nowhere! Was that the same voice we heard just now? Yeah. But why does it sound so familiar?
I've missed this. It's just like the stories my mother used to tell me.
You mean... Em? She used to tell you stories?
Yeah, she loved it. Back when she was still alive. Sorry, we should focus on what we're here to do. So, now that we're in the story, what's next?
the dragon youth want. Of course, there's something to be said for helping it along. Perhaps a little exploration could prove fruitful.
Oh! Is that a hint?
Yeah, I agree.
For a moment, the story... Yet those who never stray beyond...
Look at all these books! Guessing the witch did a lot of reading while she was...
It just so happened. Where else might a story...
Oh! This Dodoko doll is all the people we've seen that look...
My mother had a hat just...
Then, the witch must...
Whether the